In this module, we will look at arrays. The objective is to learn about what arrays are and how they are declared and initialized, and the types of arrays. So arrays, it is a group of variables of the same type and is referred to by a common name. It can be of any data type and may have one or more dimensions. It is index based, that is the first element's position is 0, second element's position is 1, and so on. It is ordered, that is elements are stored in the order of insertion. A specific element in an array can be accessed by its index. A one-dimensional array is a grouping of variables of the same type. So when we say array, it actually means one-dimensional array. To create an array, first we need to declare it as shown below. We start with the type, followed by an open square bracket and closed square bracket, followed by a white space, followed by the variable name. So the type indicates the data type of each element in the array. And variable name is the identifier for the array. The array can be referred to by this name. An example could be an int array, which has a variable name days of month. The square brackets are used to denote an array. This is just a declaration. An array isn't created yet. This array is assigned a null value, which means no value. To create an actual physical array of integers, you must allocate memory. And to allocate memory, we use the new operator and then assign it to the variable declared previously. As shown below, you have the variable name is equal to new, the type, and we specify the size within the square brackets. The type specifies the type of data that will be contained in the array. Size specifies the number of elements in the array, and new is the operator to allocate memory. So using this above syntax, we can create an array of integers as shown below. We have days of month, which was the variable name that we had used in the previous slide when we declared the array. Then we use the new operator followed by int, which was the data type that we had used in the declaration, followed by the number of elements, which is 4 in this case. So this example allocates a 4-element array of integers. All the elements in the array will be initialized to 0, as seen on the right side here. There are 4 elements, all are initialized to 0, and these are the indices starting from 0 till 3. So how do we access the elements in the array? Once we have declared and allocated an array, a specific element in the array can be accessed by specifying its index within a square bracket as shown below. All array indexes start at 0 as we had seen previously. For example, this statement assigns the value of 28 to the second element of days of month array. So in this case, days of month followed by the square brackets and the index within the brackets is assigned a value using the assignment operator, and the value assigned is 28. So if we see the array, so the index 1, so which is the second element, is updated with the value 28. So the below line displays the value stored at index 3. So we have the print statement and we are printing the value of the index 3 from this array. So days of month followed by the square brackets, and within the square brackets we have the index. So the value here is still 0, so the output would be 0. So here's a program that creates an array of the number of days in each month. Here's an array of 12 elements of type int, and each of these are assigned values in the subsequent code, starting with index 0 till the index 11. So the declaration of the array variable and the allocation of the variable are combined in this case. When you run this program, it prints the number of days in April. As mentioned, Java array indexes start at 0, so the number of days in April is days of month of 3, which is 0, 1, 2, 3. The value is 30. Here's another variation of initializing the array without using the new operator. In this program, an array is initialized during the declaration itself. So how is the initialization happening? It is happening using an array initializer. What is an array initializer? An array initializer is a list of comma separated expressions surrounded by curly braces. The comma separates the values of the array elements. The array will be automatically created large enough to hold the number of elements specified in the array initializer. There is no need to use a new. So here's an example to demonstrate what happens if we use an index which is beyond the actual length of the array. So in this program, we try to access an element at an index outside the available indices 0 to 11. So Java strictly makes sure that you do not accidentally try to store or reference values outside of the range of the array. The Java runtime system will ensure that all array indices are in the correct range. For example, the runtime system will check the value of each index of days of month array to ensure that it is between 0 and 11 inclusive. If you try to access elements outside the range of the array, maybe a negative number or a number greater than 11, it will cause a runtime error as seen in the output of the program. So the runtime will result in an array index out of bounds exception. Because if we're trying to access a value at index 12, and as we had seen, it starts with 0 and ends with 11. So 12 is outside, it is greater than 11, and hence the exception. Multidimensional arrays. Multidimensional arrays are arrays of arrays. Declaration of a two-dimensional array is shown below. We have the data type followed by two pairs of open and close square brackets, followed by the variable name, followed by the assignment operator, followed by the new operator, followed by the data type, followed by the sizes of both the dimensions. So it allocates a 4 by 5 array and assigns it to two-dimensional array. Internally, it is implemented as an arrays of elements of type int. So let's check how this array looks conceptually. Here's a conceptual view of the 4 by 5 two-dimensional array. So the left indices determine the row and the right indices determine the column. This program illustrates usage of two-dimensional arrays. In the program, we assign a value to each element of the array from left to right, top to bottom, and then display these values. So here the output is the first row contains 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how it is populated. Then the second row is populated, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then the third row is populated, which is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And the last row is populated, which is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we have 4 rows and 5 columns. It is a 4 by 5 two-dimensional array. So do we have to specify the size of all the dimensions at the time of declaration for allocation of the memory? No, to allocate memory, you don't have to specify the size of the first dimension, which is the leftmost dimension, and the remaining dimensions together. Only specifying the first dimension size is enough. The remaining dimensions can be specified separately. So here's an example of a two-dimensional array where only the first dimension size is specified, which represents the number of rows in this case. And the number of columns are not specified, but for each row, the number of columns are specified later on. So this becomes useful when you want to allocate different number of elements for the remaining dimensions. So in this case, varying number of columns. Let's look at it with an example. So here we have a two-dimensional array with only the first dimension size specified, which says 4 rows, and the number of columns for each of the rows is specified later on. Here, the first row will contain 1 column, the second row will contain 2 columns, the third row will contain 3 columns, and the fourth row is containing 4 columns. So the sizes of the second dimension are specified later on. As we see in the output, we see 0, that's the only row and the column, and the second row has 2 elements, third row has 3 elements, fourth row has 4 elements. So like one-dimensional array, can we initialize the multi-dimensional arrays at this time of declaration? Yes, it is possible to initialize it. To do so, simply enclose each dimension's initializer within its own set of curly braces. Let's look at it with an example. So in this example, we use the array initializers as shown in the example, where each element contains the product of the row and column indices. Also notice that you can use expressions as well as literal values inside of the array initializers. So here's an output of the program. Let's look at one more example that uses a multi-dimensional array. The following program creates a 3 by 4 by 5 three-dimensional array. It loads each element with the product of its indices. Finally, it displays these products. So this is 1, 2, 3, and each of these contains a 4 by 5 array. To summarize, we have learned that an array is a collection of variables of the same type. Arrays are of fixed type. The size has to be mentioned at the time of allocation. Arrays can be one or multidimensional. The different ways in which arrays can be initialized.